Let me quickly bring you up this ground report that my colleague Shisha in fact has sent from Chennai. There is a lot of emotion, high emotional drama that is going outside Karunanidhi's house, and AIADMK cadre of course are very upset and stone pelting there. We will be bringing that
a clash between the ADMK and the DMK voters in Chennai after the verdict has come out in Jayalalitha's disproportionate assessed case. Now that the DMK and the ADMK have indulged in violence and they have been pelting stones at right outside the DMK chief Karunanidhi's residence, and these are the visuals that we are getting, live visuals. The police have also resorted to lucky charge, and there is an argument by the DMK voter with the police, and the DMK also alleged that the police is trying to be a mute spectator in the whole issue. And even in other parts of Tamil Nadu, the shops have been shut. The lot of establishments have downed their shutters, fearing some sort of violence in different parts of the district. So these are the live visuals right outside Karunanidhi's residence at Gopalapuram. This is it. The judgment has had an adverse effect in Tamil Nadu. With camera person Manohar Reddy in Chennai for Headlines Today.
Well, tempers running high there in Tamil Nadu, especially in Chennai, and that outside Karunanidhi's residence. AIADMK supporters, of course, understandably extremely upset. They are calling it a false case, and it's tense situation as far as Chennai is concerned. Javed, we were talking about the probables, who will be the second line. Is the AIADMK ready to take on the DMK, who will of course be resurgent after this verdict without Jayalalithaa?
Look, before taking on anybody, the AIADMK needs to get its house in order. There are several things they need to do before they decide taking on others. First, they need to choose a successor for Jayalalithaa. I'm sorry, let me amend, not they. Jayalalithaa needs to choose, and I'm sure she already has somebody in mind. Who that person is, we don't know, but there's a lot of speculation doing the round, and perhaps my colleague, Mr. C.S. Sudhir, would be better placed to throw more light on this. But yes, certainly there are names doing the rounds, and then the other, they need to have to keep the party together. For now, they need to put their own house in order, because the AIADMK is not used to a situation where they function without Jayalalithaa at the helm. Jayalalithaa has been the be-all and end-all as far as the AIADMK is concerned. It's around her personality cult, around her charisma, that the AIADMK has functioned. So without her at the helm, with her in prison, things will be difficult. And they need to get their own act together before they can think of taking on political rivals like the DMK.
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalithaa has been held guilty in a corruption case in the verdict that has set off tremors in the political corridors of Tamil Nadu. In fact, now we are waiting for the quantum of punishment. Let me very quickly go across to Mr. Kant. Now the most important thing in the argument, of course, would be whether she gets more than 3 years or less than 3 years. What do you think would be the argument, the line of argument that the defense would be taking right now?
Well, looking at the sections which have been involved in this case, every section has to be individually argued, in the sense, 13(1)(e) of the Prevention of Corruption Act, which means 1 to 7 years of imprisonment. I think that would be the most important section, where they need to really prove that it should be less than, actually, why you say 3 years, I think they will try to get it less than 2 years, so that she remains at the helm of political affairs and she doesn't really have to be disqualified. So I think their entire emphasis would be more on the fact that it should be less than 2 years, not really 3 years, because 3 years would only mean that she's not going to go to jail. That's all. And again, 120B and 109, conspiracy as well as abetment, they're going to probably build a argument that is not attracted towards her, so that the quantum of punishment gets reduced. So I think that will be the main emphasis of the argument.
Javed, very quickly, we have been talking about the repercussions of this verdict on the Tamil Nadu politics, but on a national scale, how do you see this panning out? Because Jayalalithaa, though she's not been, it's not the part of the NDA, but she has been, she's seen very close to Narendra Modi.
So it will make her more susceptible to arm pulling, arm twisting from the NDA, from the BJP leadership, because now she's totally at the mercy. If there's a, she will need their help to survive, and therefore her ability to influence things, her ability to maneuver at the center will be severely curtailed.
Pratibha, I like to cut across to Pratibha, my colleague who is just standing outside the Bangalore court. Pratibha, very quickly, by when are we expecting the arguments on the quantum of punishment to get over?
In fact, they did mention that 3 p.m. would be the deadline when the verdict would be announced, but then no signs of it ending till now. Perhaps the arguments are still continuing and the writing of the sentencing is being done right now. So that is what we hear from our sources. The line of arguments from the Council of Defence for Jayalalithaa has been the fact that 1 is her age, 2 is her health condition, and 3 is the fact that none of the properties they claim belongs to Jayalalithaa, and it in fact only belongs to the co-accused. So all these reasons that have been put forth by the Council of Defence would be taken into consideration, and only then the sentencing would be done. And right now perhaps the judge must be writing it down, and also there is a delay mainly because the language is not really understood by all of those co-accused. So in order to do that, there is a translator who's been doing that. So that has also been causing some amount of time lapse in this whole process. So anytime from now, the quantum of punishment would be announced very soon.
Of course, the quantum of punishment is what everybody is looking at. Important not only for Jaya Jayalalithaa but also for the politics of Tamil Nadu. My colleagues are pan out. They are across everywhere in Bangalore, of course also in Chennai, to get you minute-to-minute updates as far as this big story is concerned.